farmers in the Upper East region are concerned that the spillage of the Bagre Dam this year will harm their harvest and, by extension, their livelihoods. Stonebell, the agency that manages the Bagre and Kompienga dams in Burkina Faso, has announced that the annual spillage of the dams will take place from Friday, August 27 to Monday, August 30 this year. Spillage of the dam causes flooding in the regions within the White Volta enclave, which often destroys farms and homes and displaces hundreds on an annual basis. Farmers near the Polugu Dam, which on completion will mitigate the damage, say they are ill-equipped to deal with the inevitable destruction. Let's quickly speak to our regional correspondent, Albert Sori, who joins us via Zoom. Albert, you have been speaking with these farmers. What have they been telling you?
Yes, Daniel. So the farmers around the White Volta, particularly in the Polugu and Balungu areas in the Talented district, have been talking to us about the announcement the dam will be spilled. One of them told us that NADMO has actually been educating them. They want them to, if they already have farms around the waterway, if they can quickly harvest any of the produce that are ready for harvesting, so that in case the floods get serious, they will not lose everything. They have also said that their crops are just nearing the maturity stage, and there is nothing they can harvest at this point in time. So there's little they can do. So the information has been to the farmers. The only thing they are waiting to see is whether this year the floods will be as serious as they were last year, for example.
On the issue of how serious the flooding is, this happens every year, as we know. How much does it affect the people, especially these farmers?
Yes, so last year, for instance, we had hectares of merged. The areas that were worst affected were the Boku West district, the Talented district, and then some of the districts in the Northeast region as well. The Boku Road, Bolga-Boku Road, was cut off. If you remember, a portion of that road was washed away at Kobori in the Boku West district. And for several days, commuters could not cross between Bolga and Boku, and even some parts of the village as well. The vice president had to visit the Upper East region to assess the situation and also get the roads ministry to take steps to repair that road. And after about 4 days, that road was fixed and then opened to traffic once again. So last year in particular was very serious. In fact, we lost 10 people according to what happened last year. Deaths were recorded because of these floods. I remember that was what also prompted the Tupamo on Joy FM, led by Kojo Yankton, to do this campaign.
Right.
To mobilize funds to come and support the flood victims. So last year in particular was very serious.
Right, Albert, thank you very much for joining us with those details. Let's go on the other lines and speak to the Upper East Regional NADMO Director, Jerry Asamani. Mr. Asamani, thanks for joining us. Now, how prepared are we for Friday?
Preparations, we are ready and monitoring events around the dam.
Right.
We are ready.
You are ready with what kind of... The farmers tell us, for instance, that you'll be doing some education. But beyond the education, are there any relief items you have in stock?
Yeah. If I may just take you through some few technicalities, is that the Sonabel Group, our development partners in Burkina, has signaled that the dam could be spilled between 27th to the 30th. And the reason is simply that the rate of fill of the dam is at a rapid rate. And Normally, it is always around 240 meters that they spill. But right now, the water has risen to the level of 233.99, meaning that we are just left with some 0.1 for the dam to be filled to the technical capacity that needs the Sonabe group to open the valve, that is fill the water.
Okay.
In terms of preparation, I must equally indicate that the rate at which the dam is being filled is likely that it could even come, the spillage can start earlier than the 27th as the group in Burkina Faso has signaled. In terms of preparation, is the usual sensitization, the reminder of communities that are living around the river banks, closer to the catchment areas, and then informing chiefs to inform residents of communities that are lying around the White Volta. All communities along the White Volta and then the tributaries of the White Volta, communities there are being advised to locate high grounds. And because this thing is a yearly thing, high grounds have already been noted. So in case the disaster hits, they can relocate to those. We have informed, we have also contacted the Christian groups, the churches, the mosques in the communities around, in case there's a problem around their Fridays prayers or Sundays where church services are to this. They should be able to release the churches and the mosques for us.
So far, how many people, Mr. Asameni, how many people are you expecting to evacuate, and where will they be going if they are to leave?
Those are the areas that I'm talking of. The churches, the schools, the mosques. We've already identified those places.
For how many people, Mr. Asameni?
And then I'll get there. And then, most of our people are having the communal spirit where the neighbors take in each other. Even more often, they don't want to be in the schools, but less, of course, they are hard-pressed. But the number of people that we are expecting to evacuate is around, 800 to about 1,000 too.
Okay. So is there a coordinated program to take care of them this year? In the past, we knew of Operation Thunderbolt, which did not take place last year. What's the program this year?
Without our collaborative partners. For instance, the police, the immigration, the army, they're all here. If you hear news, Army is already here. Operation Thunderbolt, that is the rapid response team from NADMO, they are already around. The police are also, we try to collaborate with these people in police to take care of the criminal aspect. Whereas people are suffering from this thing, there are possibilities that people can go to rob or steal from animals.
Right.
So we are collaborating with this. We have what we call SOP, standard procedures, that who receives calls and how the calls that are meant for the army, the calls that are meant for the police. We have been able to standardize all these things, and we know we don't want to disturb the system in case. Hello?
Right, Mr. Asameni, we got all that. We simply wanted to know, finally, how much has been budgeted for this process?
It has been budgeted.
How much?
We just took delivery of relief items. But like we always say, the relief items, we cannot, as of today, determine the magnitude of the disaster that might hit the place. But the relief items that we have taken from government, from the store, NADMO, the headquarters, we are expecting that it should be enough. But once we cannot determine the magnitude of the system, we still appeal to NGOs, churches, individuals who have the charitability to contribute towards their welfare. They should all come on board. And then, for instance, your media outlet is giving us airtime. That is your contribution. But
we understand. But how much is NADMO putting forward before any other philanthropic organizations help you?
I cannot determine in terms of money, but I can give you items that we have, because we don't procure these items.
Right.
Things are procured or national supply to us. I can only give you the list of items that we are ready with.
Right.
But in terms of how much, I can tell you that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jerry Asemini, for joining us. He's Upper East Regional NADMO Director.